Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope all you guys are having a wonderful day. You already know, today we're going to be reacting to some more strange TikToks. I got a lot of interesting videos in this one, so make sure you buckle up your seatbelt and stick around to the end so you don't miss anything. If you want to show some support, you can leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Maybe share the video, you know, stuff like that. And always try to remember to keep your mind open. But yeah, other than that, it's about to get weird. Let's get right to the video.
Okay, so riding in Chicagoland on the freeway, this is 294 passing Halsted. I don't know what this is floating in the sky. Like, at first I thought it was balloons, but if it was balloons, it'd be moving. And then right at this time, it started raining. So I'm like, it can't be leaves or something that is floated up into the sky. Like, whatever this is stationary, and it's a lot of it. And it actually goes higher than that. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Plasma-type phenomena was captured on a trail cam in Wisconsin, gliding through the forest, and then it dissipates into the ground. And I'm going to say this is probably some of the weirdest phenomena or any sort of strange paranormal sighting of this nature we've seen probably in the past couple of years, right? It looks like an absolute plasma-type entity, whether you want to say it could be interdimensional, it could be just a whole ball of plasma, much like we see from storms, earthquakes. We've had lots of geomagnetic storms in a minute, CMEs. We've had a 1.7 X-class CME and a 1.2 that's just happened, and this could be a result of spikes of energy picking up. But look at this thing as it kind of just like stops and dissipates and disappears into the floor. Kind of reminds you of like a wisp or something of that nature, like almost like a larger version of it, you know? And I can't work it out. Whether there's something under there, I mean, wherever this disappeared in the ground, I'd be getting my pickaxe out and trying to hit the floor with it and being like trying to figure out what the damn hell was under there, because something seems to be around there. I just look at it, bro.
You guys think it's
absolutely
real?
Wild. Wisconsin, get a grip.
What you're going to see is something appear at the bottom of the screen, and it moves across the entire room in 1 second. Not like 2 or 3 seconds, like it's some sort of a cat or a dog strolling across the room at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:21 to be exact. And number two, their cat's sitting up here in the chair asleep. But whatever this was, it had enough horsepower to activate the security camera. And notice how the cat up in the chair seems to be woken up by this thing. And it cleared the entire room in 1 second. We'll play it again. Notice how the cat kind of wakes up there, and you'll see the cat raise his head right there.
Cat's
like, what was that?
Job.
But according to them, there wasn't anything else in the house. There it is again. Again. And again. These are just different formats. And it cleared the entire room in 1 second. So if that would have been another family pet, which it wasn't, it wouldn't have made it across the entire room that fast. This was a huge mystery. They had never seen anything like this on their security camera. Didn't know how to even describe it. Here it is in just a different format. I was looking for maybe, you know, legs or a tail or something like that. It had none of that. It was just some sort of a vertical. I would describe it as an apparition because it does look like it's semi-transparent. Just super bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm ready.
Nah. How you do it? How you do that? Somebody needs to teach me that. That's not good.
Walmart, why are you selling this shirt? People don't like this shirt. They're saying that it has to do something. What? Something that starts with the letter N. Now, this shirt can mean so many things. If you know, you know, and you don't know nothing, and neither do I. But I know that something is up with this shirt. Not only that, guys, they got sweatshirts. Sweatshirts, too. Shh! Shut up! What is going on out here, guys? If you thought that was enough, they got hoodies, too, dogs.
They are definitely trying to start stuff out here. People are falling for it. Man,
what is this? Walmart, why are you doing this? Because before that, Walmart was selling shirts like this. It was way better. Why would they switch it up? I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you. This shirt right now is being sold at Walmart. You know what this is about. It's about nothing because this is for entertainment purposes only. And this is a shirt saying rock, paper, scissors. Remember that game? But why is the light-skinned hand over the dark-skinned hand? Huh? I don't know. It's just a question that people are asking, so I'm asking the same question that people are asking. Because this shirt was more neutral. Don't you agree? Shh. Shut up! I don't know. Something's up. Let me know. I'm out.
Yeah,
y'all,
sure.
This video crazy as this man think he witnessed the alien this day. Now, I don't know if it's an alien, but all I know is that John ain't human, fool. The way this shorty was walking was like a robot or some demonic possession type shit. This man beeped the horn, beep beep. Then she turned around all slow and just looked lethargic, fool. And then I don't know what he was saying in the video because he was talking Spanish. So I need somebody to translate what the hell he was saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think this shorty is down below in the comments. You think she a head? You think she a alien like he said? Or something else? Leave it down below in the comments. Watch how she turn around.
Yo, what's wrong with her? They should. Why would they put the caption there? That kind of makes me mad.
What the is that? Somebody explain to me. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Her face look mushed in, sunken, look black. Then she walking all weird, fool. I'm not gonna lie. Just looking at this picture right here, you probably thought this was like CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Nah, y'all, I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments what y'all think shorty is.
Why does he keep sticking his lip out like that? He's got that bubble lip from Forrest Gump.
Erica Kirk's dad posted this YouTube video 10 years ago. It's the only thing he's ever posted. I figured y'all want to go and watch it with me and we can react to it. The only thing that he has linked to this is Prepper Emporia, which I looked up and it doesn't have an actual website. Ironically, the AI looks up Emporia, Kansas, which is a small town my grandma is from. Very bizarre Matrix glitch. I figured we could go ahead and watch this weird video together and kind of analyze some of the craziness from it. Weird motifs of a bunch of prepper stuff and survivalist things, kind of unnerving whenever you know what Kent was working with and what Erica and all those people, you know, knew, and how they were all working for like weapons contractors for other countries and whatnot. It looks like Lucy Lawless from Xena Warrior Princess. There we have Tom Hanks. If you know about Tom Hanks, you'll know that I can no longer watch any Tom Hanks movies. It makes me completely disgusted every time that I see him. But most of it has to do with like the disaster motifs, burning cities. We have some sort of flooded cities here. It says looters will be shot. Okay, we got hurricanes, tornadoes, natural disasters, more natural disasters. There's some Superdome kind of stuff. If you remember any of this, camps, I can't even mention the stuff like that because I don't want the video being taken down. But if you'll remember, they used the Superdome after Katrina and they wouldn't let people leave. They had all the lights off in the Superdome and there was just major crimes going on all the time. Kind of bizarre, kind of odd. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments section. It looks like it's some sort of prepper warning from Erica Kirk's father. A little bit weird. Let me know what y'all think about this. Make sure you like and follow for more.
Yeah, why would he make a video like that?
You can't make this shit up, man. The entrance is all the way over there if you don't know.
Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. There really needs to be a study on this, dog.
Every time.
Has anyone else noticed this? These are the dates of the full moon starting last month in September through January. Countdown, anyone? New Year's countdown, maybe? Something big and amazing, exciting, change, transition, transformation? I'm excited.
Kind of weird. Does it always do
Israel
that?
has bought ChatGPT questions related to the history of Christianity and will now be altering answers to be more friendly to Israel. Israel's pouring millions of dollars into ChatGPT and other AI systems to bolster Christian support in America, and in doing so becomes the first country to openly bribe AI. Christian support for Israel in America is declining, and the Israeli government is pouring $90 million into the history of Christianity on ChatGPT, changing ancient names to Israel and emphasizing Jewish culture in the Bible. Now, the U.S. has already signed off on allowing the Israeli government to buy up contracts with AI, again, the only country that can do so, and they're now looking to make people religiously believe and support Israel through AI answers. Also partnered with YouTube to alter search results. All things that the Trump administration has signed off on and allowed the Israeli government to invest in.
So I'm on live, and I
me.
mentioned Israel on my live, okay? And I went live yesterday for a total of like 7 hours. I never mentioned Israel. I went live the day before that for a total of like 3 hours. Never mentioned Israel. I've been live for 1 hour and 18 minutes. I just mentioned Israel because, let me show y'all real quick. Because I'm doing a tier list of apps, and I was talking about TikTok and how it's sold to Oracle. And this is the message that I just got. Because I am talking about Israel, mind you, I did not hold back, and I was saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was saying, like, they kind of sold out, you know? So then it tells me that my live is not eligible for recommendations in the search results, and it's restricted because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. This is violating the terms of the guidelines and all this. What?
I just want to know, like, how does Israel start taking our freedom of speech? Like, we should be able to say whatever we want about them. They need to go somewhere.
Mind you, I've gone live and done very similar things. I have not done anything different, okay? And I mentioned Israel once. Or not once, I mentioned Israel, and all of a sudden now my live is being restricted. This is crazy. This is insane.
That be all.
What? Did you want any sauce?
No, y'all know y'all reader board laying on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I want mild sauce.
Okay, that'll be $6.86.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody ran that over.
What in the world done happened at the Taco Bell? Okay.
Man, this is made to look like a face.
The CEO of this company had to cut the leg off this humanoid robot to prove that it wasn't a human just wearing a suit. That's how convincing it was when it was walking around the stage. They actually had to cut the leg right off to prove it wasn't fake. That's how much advancement these humanoid robots are undergoing at the moment. It's absolutely incredible. This one's out of China. The advancements are just so quick. In another 5 years, they estimate that this will be the biggest product in the world.
That one does have a cleaner walk than a lot of the other ones I've seen. That one's got a little strut to it. Makes it hard to tell.
You will see these everywhere. They'll be all over the place. Such a scary piece of technology, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Would you get one if it became available? Are you going to buy a humanoid robot?
Okay, guys, look at this. Look at this. Over 300 piles of cremated human remains has been found 1 hour south of Las Vegas. I'm like, hold up, wait. 300 piles? Not 300 people? How are there so many? Who would do such a thing? So I'm thinking, okay, it is Vegas. A lot of stuff could go on that we don't know. Are there like some gangsters or mafia out here? Are they gambling debts? Is it human highwaying, which I heard can happen around here? Are they taking homeless people? The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department receives about 600 missing people reports per month. How does nobody know? So they've been investigating, and they're like, what kind of people would have this many bodies? And they're like, oh, a funeral home. One of these funeral homes must be dumping their ashes. So the police, they start questioning the funeral homes over here. And they're like, hey, we had nothing to do with that. But in this picture, he looked like he had something to do with it. This is just a random picture, but... Selena, president of Palm Mortuaries and Cemeteries, said, hey, we think it's important to make sure that these people are not forgotten and not left. We actually care about people. But, you know, we'll help you clean it up. These eyes are not helping. So they go out there with boxes and shovels, and they're, as we speak right now, cleaning up the whole area, picking up all of the remains and ashes. But as of right now, this is still a whole mystery. I don't like that. Guys, I was looking at the piles, and they look crazy. Think about it, right? Think about it. If you had a truck full of cremated ashes and you were disposing of the piles, you obviously don't care. If you were taking them off the truck, wouldn't you just put them all in one pile? There's some over there. They're so spread out. Each pile must have different timelines. There might be a couple different people, because as you can see over here, they're all mixed up. And then over there, this person gave each person their own little section. Now guys, Palm is going to place all 315 remains into a crypt in its cemeteries so loved ones can come find them. Yeah, question. How the f are they going to do that? Right, yeah, if they didn't know what was missing then, how are they going to know now? Y'all can't even identify the ashes. I don't know, y'all, but stay safe out there.
Okay, you need to genuinely ask yourself what the odds are that Kate Middleton, when presenting her newborn to the world, dresses up exactly like the actress in the movie Rosemary's Baby. But do you know what happened in the movie Rosemary's Baby? In this film, Rosemary is impregnated by a member of a satanic cult and gives birth to the Antichrist. And this is how this woman dresses up. Literally, look at the necklace. Like, it's identical. What are the odds of that? Now, if we're past that it's obviously 1 in a trillion, that this was like a whoopsie-daisy coincidence, what does this mean? Is this hiding something in plain sight? Are they sending a message? Is the message that they're in a satanic cult? I'm not sure about the Antichrist part of it. But to me, I don't know what other message you could get from this than they're telling you that they're in a satanic cult. If someone else has another idea, let me know in the comments below.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie now.
So I've been doing some research. Turns out, look at this image here on the Boogosphere. Hang on, hold that thought, okay? Look at it. With little dots at the end of these weird things. Now this is the image of DARPA. And if you don't know who DARPA is, you should look it up. Will follow me and you'll learn. But that's DARPA's
chip in the brain.
Boogosphere. DARPA. Boogosphere. So by having writing on it that humans can't, or non-DARPA people can't read, would make sense, because if it went into the wrong hands, which it did, then people wouldn't understand what it is. Just throwing it out there. I mean, I've never designed an image like that.
They
and
do
I wouldn't
look
put
similar.
it on a sphere unless there's a reason. I'll let you figure out.
I ain't gonna lie, one thing I realized on social media, over time when you post videos, after about a couple years, the videos get blurry. And at first I thought it was just a TikTok thing. I'm like, why are videos from 2019 looking like they was made in the 1960s? You could have took an overly crispy video in 2019, uploaded it, was probably 4K resolution. You look at that in 2025, this is like it was recorded off of a toaster. And I came to the realization that there were 2 reasons why we were getting gaslighted. Pay attention. With the overconsumption of phones and how we have to buy new phones every single year or we're going to be stuck out of the loop, you got to realize that the resolution on these new phones that we have are completely outdating these old phones. And no, it's not because the phone wasn't good enough to perform that way. No, not at all. The phone is fine. It's the phone companies and these social media apps that are gaslighting you to think that your phone is getting old. When in reality, they know if your phone is not supported that you're going to have to buy the newest phone, which gets more money in their pocket. Because realistically, you don't need a new phone every single year. But you still want to be in the loop with the clearer picture, so you're going to have to become an overconsumer if you want clear picture. And we've been doing this so much at a rapid rate that it's starting to feel like we time traveling at this point. Why does a video from 2018 look like it was made in the 80s? That doesn't make sense. And now you're getting the same exact illusion that our generation had for black and white television. We thought the world was black and white back then. The whole time they had the same exact color we had. We just never was able to see it from their perspective. So we defined everything to the perspective that we seen it as. So when my little cousin come up to me talking about why were your videos so blurry a couple years back, they weren't. They weren't that blurry. I promise you the world was not blurry back then.
Some shady shit has been going on with my ancestry DNA results. I've got to show you how they've been changing over time. When I first did the test, my results told me 45% Levant, which makes sense because I am Palestinian. And when I broke down my results, my dad contributed 25% of that Levant DNA. I also got my dad tested and his results had 50% Levant. Fast forward to now, they've updated their database again, which is in theory supposed to make your results more accurate. They're telling me that I'm now only 21% Levant and that my dad is contributing 0% Levant to my DNA.
That's dirty.
They've changed him from 50% to 22% Levant. And suddenly he's got all of this extra Arabian Peninsula in him, which is quite fitting because when you hear Zionists spew propaganda, they love to say that Palestinians are not native to the land and that we all are Arabs that came from the Arabian Peninsula. Ancestry DNA is owned by Blackstone. And who's calling the shots at Blackstone? This guy, Steven Schwarzman. And he just so happens to credit a trip to Israel for inspiring his entrepreneurial spirit. He's also the kind of guy that will spend money to push his agenda. In this article by the New York Post, they talk about how he was said to be using both his clout and very thick wallet to fund a counter-offensive to the anti-Israel protests at Yale. Thankfully, I wasn't using Ancestry DNA to learn about my ethnicity. I already know I'm fucking Palestinian. I use them to get a DNA file that I could upload onto other websites and learn about my ancient ancestry. From all the way back to the Bronze Age, my DNA ties me to the land of Palestine and the Levant more than anywhere else in the world. Canaanites are my number one match for the Bronze Age, then Phoenicians in the Iron Age, then the Levant again during late antiquity, and then again during the Middle Ages. And when you look at my dad's results, he scores even higher for the Levant. So Ancestry and their bullshit results. I've officially deleted my DNA and my dad's DNA from their website. Those bastards are not going to have my info anymore. Lord knows what they're doing with our DNA results anyway. It freaks me out. Please don't give them your DNA and please don't give them your money.
Yeah. I mean, you sent it in. They got it now. Even if you delete your account, I bet you they still hold on to it. That's why I'll never send my DNA in. I don't care about my ancestry that much. I'm not going to give them my DNA to be able to hold on to and do whatever they want with. I just can't do it.
This might be a big one. Yeah, here it is. That's a big one.
Dude, I would not be standing there.
Wow! Oh my God! I gotta get the hell out of here.
Is that's a Lavanado or a volcano. That is a tornado from a volcano. We got to capture a bit more of that. Like, that is incredible.
My nephew is knocked
Been
out.
a lot of them going on.
I don't like the way he land. I don't like that. You gotta change positions, buddy. Put your, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I don't like that casket ready pose.
Casket ready pose.
You okay? Love you down. Yes, sleep.
Do any of you think you can hear electricity? Or as this person says, can no one else hear the high-pitched noise things make when they're plugged in? And this started a trend of people insisting, yes, they can hear when a computer monitor is on from across the room. But then immediately somebody else came in and said, I see somebody's never heard of the hum. So if you want to fall down a weird rabbit hole, here you go. A certain percentage of people all around the world insist they can hear a steady hum in the background of the world. There are many localized legends of a hum, like the Taos hum. Nobody knows the origin of this phenomenon or if it's even a phenomenon at all. But people first started talking about it back in the 1970s. To quote this article from The Guardian, it is a low-frequency hum, almost a vibration just on the threshold of human hearing. It is not particularly loud. In fact, you may have been hearing it but just never noticed it. But once you do notice, you can't stop hearing it. It sounds like a truck idling on the street in front of your house. Or maybe like an airplane flying overhead, only it never goes away. That article says that in polls, roughly 4% of the population says they can hear the hum. Many people have tried to study it in various locations using special equipment. There are theories that some people may be picking up ultra-low frequency radio signals that the military uses to communicate with submarines, or you're picking up vibrations coming through the ground due to ocean waves, or you're hearing the hum of power lines. But this is what makes the phenomenon fascinating and so difficult to study, which is that the world is full of noises all the time. Your brain just normally filters them out. You might have heard that they have that special room in a laboratory in Minnesota where it's basically totally silent, and when people go in there, they kind of freak out. Suddenly they can hear their eyelids when they blink. They can hear the blood running through their veins. So my favorite theory about the hum is that certain people are just tuned into how noisy the modern world is, even in a supposedly silent environment. So please reply if you have heard the hum.
To be honest, it could be the firmament that's making that noise. But what I think is interesting is in that new TV show that came out a couple months ago, The Institute, they talk about the hum in that TV show. And there's this crazy lady in that TV show, and she says the reason why us younger people can't hear the hum is because we got brain damage from all the stuff they dropped down on us from the planes. So I just thought that was interesting.
Oh wait, it's at the bottom. I don't know if it's gonna be able to, if we're gonna be able to see it actually.
And in my study hall. Here.
Oh yeah, no, you can see it right there. Holy sh! There's so much plastic in this one.
I don't know why people still drink that stuff.
Zoom.
All right, so second period is for.
So today we did Walmart delivery for groceries, snacks and all the things needed at the house. But then after getting home from work, the kids got home from school. They asked for a snack and I opened the bag of cheese puffs, gave my daughter a few of them. When my other daughter noticed something in the bag. So we dumped it out. And this is what was in our bag of cheese puffs. We had 2 bags, opened up the other bag just in case, and we found a flake in that bag. I think it's a snake. What do you guys think?
So many people have noticed, I know I have, but in the past few years, something's just off with our food. Especially when it comes to meat, whether it's from a restaurant or a grocery store. But if you haven't noticed and you don't know what I'm talking about, here's an example.
I bought this chicken at a local grocery store and immediately it started falling apart as I was getting ready to bread
it looks so stringy.
Put it in the fryer. It started.
And here's another one.
What would you do if somebody fed you steak. The whole steak just turns to mush.
There was even a man in Florida this past July where the meat inside of his steak looked like chewing gum.
I've seen that one.
Now there's a few people out there that think that they know what this is. Because when you bring up this subject, people's minds, including my own, go straight to lab grown because it just kind of makes sense. But the truth is, although it is approved, lab grown meat hasn't hit the shelves in the United States yet. Oh, in Canada, you might want to pay attention because this pertains to you too. But even when lab grown does hit the shelves, regulations are already in place for it to be labeled as cell-cultivated meat. So at least you got some kind of idea of what you're buying. And that would mean technically lab grown couldn't be what we're seeing because this has been going on for a while now. So what is it? You ready for the clue? Well, it's none other than Tom Brady and his clone dog.
Yo, why would he clone his dog?
See, cloning animals has been around for a while now. The first cloned sheep was back in 1996. But what the majority of people don't know is that the cloning of farm animals, especially livestock, has been going on for a long time. But what's a little more unsettling is that the FDA approved cloned meat to be sold to the American public back in 2008.
Get him out of here.
And just to put that into perspective, it's been almost 20 years since then. That means there could be a farm that has a field full of cows that's essentially the same cow, just different edits. And speaking of edits, for me personally, that's the scariest part. See, gene editing and cloning go hand in hand. So with gene editing, when you clone something, you can either take away or add anything you want to the next embryo. In fact, that sort of thing is already happening with livestock. With pigs mostly. Now you would think with all the cloning and gene editing and messing with the DNA of the food that we're eating, there would be some kind of hint that we're buying this meat, right? Nope, not at all. It never has. The FDA says that cloned meat is the exact same as the original, so it doesn't even need a label.
Wins.
In Canada, get ready, because the same thing goes for you when it hits the shelves in the next couple of months. Now, if you're anything like me, when you start talking about clones, gene editing, DNA, and livestock, one name comes to mind. And that's Bill Gates and the massive amounts of farmland that he owns. Makes a whole lot of sense now, doesn't it? Oh, and the other name that comes to mind is China and the 380,000 acres of farmland they own here in the U.S.
Yeah, how did we let them get that much farmland?
Super cows they were bragging about a couple years ago. But you know what? I'm probably just overthinking it, right? Stay safe.
I think it might be time for us to upgrade our maps. Why do I say that? Because it turns out there's an 8th continent underneath the ocean, and it's called Zealandia.
They knew it was there. It's actually
5 million square kilometers of actual continental crust under the Pacific. This is a real breakthrough. They have finally finished mapping it out. This is real geology. The team finally finished mapping it after drilling layer by layer and decades of samples. They also have seafloor imaging of it. The crazy part about this story is that this is not new. Zealandia is not new. It's been here for millions of years. They just had a hard time proving it until now. Why? Because approximately 94% of it is underwater. So back in 2023, they actually admitted that it meets all of the requirements to be a continent. And as you can see by this right over here, Zealandia has the features of Earth's 7 other continents. Take a look at the list. I'll step out of the way, pause, and read it for yourself. Think about this. A brand new continent just thrown at us, and no one's making a big deal about it. Why? So if this is not a sign of the times, I don't know what is. So I guess my question to you is, was this continent hidden for a reason? And the timing of its discovery another? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
A friend of mine wants to know if anyone else has a sore throat or a burning nose after going out into the alleged northern lights. I am getting reports of sore throats, burning noses, even a day prior to all of this. I have it too. It's not northern lights, it's radiation, guys. I'm telling you, like, they are literally doing this shit on purpose. When is the last time in the South y'all have ever seen red northern lights? Be honest. We didn't even start having northern lights down here until, like, what, 2 years ago? And all over the Book of Face, all these kids are so excited that they went out in it. I wish they would have never gone outside in it. I mean, and to be honest, you could be in the house and it's still going to affect you. And every meteorologist that I have seen in Arkansas is like, oh, well, look at this. If you missed it last night, you can see it again tonight. Great. Great.
They need to leave that harp alone. Like, give it a break. I think it was over the summer, every time we were seeing it, we were getting floods, like, soon after. So I hope that don't start happening.
Okay, if you ever find a little flash drive like this just laying around, make sure that you don't just plug it into your computer, because something like this could happen.
Your personal files have been stolen.
Oh, I made a big mistake. Oh, my camera's open, and it's taking pictures of me. That's because this is actually not a flash drive. It's called a bad USB. And they're made to look exactly like flash drives. They don't all look this cool. There's really nothing setting them apart. But instead of being storage devices, they're actually little programmable computers. And hackers use them to mimic keyboards and mouses so that when someone plugs them in, they can control the computer. They can install malware, create keyloggers, crash your computer, and even take full control of it remotely. A really sophisticated attack wouldn't show anything on your screen. That's just for the video. And if you think that this wouldn't happen to anybody, a lot of big tech companies and even militaries have been hacked by people just leaving these around and hoping someone will plug them in. Just stay safe.
What if I told you the government already made a human from scratch? Not cloned, not born, but created. They call it the Homunculus Project. A life form made from bioengineering, AI, and alchemy. The story goes they wanted to build perfect humans, and so they did. But mid-process, it woke up, it learned, and now it's walking among us. A bunch of them. You may even know some.
You have two energetic patterns in our crater. The parasitic 369 counter-rotating pyramid system and the organic system. This system is always doubling itself. Exactly the same system is happening in the cell division. It's always doubling itself. Let's draw a line, and then you see you have the phi symbol. Where is this movement coming from? Well, it's the movement of the bigger Earth, making an 8 form, the analemma. Rotating on its axis, the analemma becomes the apep symbol. The phi stands for the organic pattern, but be careful, because the phi has been hijacked. You have the Fibonacci sequence. Well, it has the word phi and the word bon, so it must be good. But the fifth number already brings you in problems. The 369 system. Back in the pyramid again. Take a look at the Greek alphabet. It seems to be following the cell division.
That's
Alpha,
crazy.
Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon. But it seems like the third letter has been cut off and been replaced by C. Now we are talking about cell division. Let's take a look at the reproduction system of mankind. You have man and woman, or should we say womb man. Take a look at the womb, and that gives you the phi sign. You have male and female. Take this pattern and put it in the womb. That creates a 0 point exactly in the middle of the womb. A vortex is created at this 0 point. Here consciousness is put into matter. That makes of the womb a portal, a mini black hole, the bringer of life. But what about the invading species? How do they reproduce? Well, you would have a man and a Solomon star man. How would this system work? Well, something like this, I presume. The double snake system, and the Eye of Ra would be the portal. But we know, of course, that the parasites live in a hive mind. In the hive mind, not all women have a portal. The only one that reproduces is the hive mind queen. You have the hive mind queen, a few elites who can take care of the queen, and then you have the 99% slave workers who are androgynous, no reproduction for them. The female look like men, and the men look like female. Okay, Lou, let's recapitulate. You have a body, a portal. This system can make a copy of itself, and these copies can make a copy of themselves. Take another body and another portal. Same story, different life form. But what if you have a portal but not a body to relate to? Let's go back to the Queen Mother arriving at our crater. If I'm correct, the offspring of the Queen Mother would be egg people.
Egg people?
The egg people are spreading in our crater. They are the pyramid builders, and they have a special way of treating stone and rock.
They do.
It's almost like it's melting. But then something happens. They seem to be disappearing from the face of the earth. The Shekhinah. Is this a cosmic portal of some kind of alien life form?
I still haven't
in the
watched
film,
the old one.
There is an interesting scene. You have the navigator, that's how the worm is called, is creating a portal. First it creates a blue ball, the moon, then a red ball, the sun. Then it seems like something is shifting, and next it creates a portal. It seems like the creation of the dome above our heads is part of some kind of wormhole technology. And maybe the Temple of Solomon is a sort of amplifier. It seems like we are getting in some kind of science fiction here, but let's take a look at another fragment of a video.
A secret report within the Guild. 4 planets have come to our attention regarding a plot which could jeopardize spice production. Planet Arrakis, source of the spice.
That would be Mars.
Planet Caladan, home of House Atreides.
Earth.
Planet Edie Prime, home of House Harkonnen.
No idea.
Planet Kaitane, home of the Emperor of the known universe.
Saturn, of course.
Send a 3rd stage Guild navigator to Kaitane to demand details from the Emperor.
Kaitane.
The spice must flow.
That would mean that the command center or the overlords are from Saturn.
Il faut savoir que ceux qui nous observent de loin sont inquiets. J'ai vu et entendu et écouté plusieurs des dirigeants d'autres planètes qui sont très inquiets parce qu'ils s'interrogent sur la voie que l'Union européenne va poursuivre.
Let's presume that the portal is in one crater and the body is in another crater. In order to procreate, the portal would need the blueprint of the body. So you would need some kind of connection to get the information. Let's take two craters, our crater Sulpicius with the dome and the sun and the moon, and the same system is created in Saturn. Now you can create a connection between the two craters, an arc, and you can send the information, the blueprint of the body, to the portal.
Miles, where do they come from? I don't know. If they are seeds or seed pods, they must grow someplace on a plant, probably. And somebody or something wants this duplication to take place.
But when they're finished, what happens to our bodies?
I don't know. When the process is completed, probably the original is destroyed or...
When I watched that video, the first thing that came to my mind was the Milky Way. Because the Milky Way, if I thought of some type of wormhole, it would definitely be the Milky Way in my mind. Because it's an arch. It's a big arch. And it really puts it in perspective, the Saturn moon matrix now. Like, there really might be something to that. So maybe that's why nobody's allowed in Antarctica. But I mean, we'll never know unless we're able to go there. But alright, you guys, that's going to be it for the video today. If you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.